What's up guys, Kieran Hedley here. So we're here to do a bit of strength for the booty, okay? We're going to be here with Mac, who's just over there.
Whoosh. Whoosh.
Okay, and basically we're just going to do a little bit of strength stuff, okay? Also I'm going to be taking some starts, very subtle in terms of product placement. Come back! Whoa, how did I do that? Oh my gosh, so magic. Ah, beautiful. Basically, yeah, you should be taking these supplements. I'm kidding. You can take whatever supplements you want, okay? So basically it's going to be strength for booty. I'm going to do 3 key exercises. One, of course, is squats, okay? One of them is hip thrusts, okay? Yeah. I knew you'd be happy about that. Yeah. Okay, and the other one is a form of deadlift, but the contraction and the way we're going to do it is super important, okay? So that's going to be the way we're going to apply strength to the booty, okay? The more strength you have in the muscle, okay, the more weight you can use in hypertrophy reps, okay? Which means the more muscle damage we can do, which means, okay, it's still going, which means the more growth we can create in the muscle, okay? So more stimulus, okay? Because everyone here wants big booties, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so what I've pointed out with Angela is if she turns and faces away from the camera, so on the side, you can see she's slightly lordotic, which means she's got quite a tight lower back and tight hip flexors, okay? She's also got a tight anterior hip flexor through the front there, okay? So if you just turn and face the front again, okay, so basically the anterior of the hip flexor, okay, through the front here, what that's doing is that's causing tightness through this part here. Okay, so generally that's going to cause you to push your bum back or your hip back, which is what's happening here, creating that lordotic posture. Okay, so what we need to do is focus on releasing that anterior part of the hip flexor, okay, and also making sure that the hamstrings aren't lengthening too much, because what's happening is the anterior part here, okay, when that's tight, that's pulling the bum up and the back tightened, and then this is being pulled up as well. So because this is being pulled up, it's getting tight due to the anterior hip flexor, okay? So not the other way around, okay? So tight hamstrings doesn't cause tight hip flexors. It's the tight hip flexors that cause tight hamstrings, okay? So we need to fix the problem first before we go and look at the other stuff. So if you start stretching out the hamstrings too much while you've got a tight hip flexor in the anterior part, okay? This is going to lengthen even more and create more problem, because you're actually lifting your bum up a lot more, okay? Creating a possible tighter lower back, and therefore you're enhancing the problem through the hip. So what we need to do is we're going to start with some hip flexor opening exercises, and then I'm going to show you what to do to warm up to make sure that you're not going to make the problem worse. So what you want to do is you want to release the muscle first, then you take it through mobility. So by releasing the muscle, you're opening it up so that it can move through a bigger range of motion. So when we do mobility, we can just basically move a lot more, which is obviously what we're going to do with mobility. So first of all, I want you to jump in and get into the TFL, which is sitting up here, okay? And you've got your glute med, which comes up here, right? So we want to get into the TFL and glute med. So these areas, once we loosen that, that'll help open up our hips a bit more, okay? Then we get through the anterior part where it's super tight. How to find it? All you need to do is you find the top of your pelvis, okay, or your hip bone, go straight under it, you feel a little soft spot, push right in there, okay, with the ball.
And then do you feel it shooting like through your leg?
See that? Do you ever get knee problems?
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that can cause knee problems as well. So because if you've got a tight hip flexor, that can cause a tight IT band, okay?
It straight down.
Yeah, see that's the tightness transitioning to your knee. So because it's connected to the IT is tight, and the IT is causing tightness in the knee.
This side feels loose.
Crazy. Yeah. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to open up the adductors, okay? Adductors are what bring your knees in, okay? Or your legs in. So we're going to open those up. So coming forward, hips in front of all. Bless you. You alright? That's right. That's probably the worst possible angle you can get if guys are watching. Hips in front of your knees. So bring your hips forward, yeah. Slowly, keep the back straight, yeah. And even drop the shoulders a bit more, so they kind of lay down like that, yeah. And allow the band to pull your hips back.
Oh yeah, I feel like, wow.
Yeah.
So low bar there, right?
Yeah. Sorry, just so it doesn't.
There?
Yeah. How's it feel?
Good, so good.
Yeah, good. So the other thing with doing low bar is it's very glute specific, okay? So glute and hamstring dominant, because you're actually getting more extension through the hips, flexion extension through the hips. The more flexion you get through that hip, okay, the more the glute's going to stretch out. And then when you extend, it's contracting, okay? So that's why low bar, you're going to get a real glute targeted work. And the other thing, while I'm in the sexual pose, it's just somewhat comfortable. By strengthening the glutes, it's going to help enhance your other lifts like your squat, like your deadlift, because basically that's your driving force through that movement. Because when you're flexing and extending your glutes, or your hips rather, so this is flexion, this is extension, okay? flexing and extending through the squat. Okay, those glutes are gonna contract through that extension. Okay, because of that driving force. So the more driving force you have behind that, the more powerful you're gonna be. So this means you'll be able to increase your squats, increase your deadlifts, like your deadlift if you're conventional. You're pulling through, driving with your glutes, sumo, pulling through, driving with the glutes. Yeah. So that's why stronger glutes equals bigger, but also equals bigger lifts. Almost. Hey, oh no, nice. Oh, I made the ultimate conservation face, so that's like my face. So even like bring your heel, see if you can get up higher. Yeah, like that. Yeah, cool. Now drive your heels on the ground. Yeah.
Do it. Okay, and then so I want to come up.
Nice. Woo. Good.
Oh yay.
Nice. Good.
Okay.
Cool.
So like
now
that.
basically control that downward portion.
Down.
Yep. Down, 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 and then just explode up and squeeze at the top. Squeeze as tight as I can go, and then control down. Good. So basically we've got barbell hip thrust, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to work up in a pyramid, so working up to a lower rep range but higher weight. What we want to do on the higher weight, lower rep range, we want to thrust up as fast as we can, so the concentric positive portion forward as fast as we can, because we want to work on that negative, the slow portion of the negative, okay? What happens is you're tearing apart the muscle fibers when you're doing that, okay? Because that part of that portion of the movement is actually stronger than your positive movement, okay? So imagine a push-up. You'll be able to control your way down a lot longer than you'll be able to control your way up. So say you're fatiguing on a push-up, you'd still be able to hold your way down opposed to actually pushing yourself up. Same with any other movement, right? So that actually goes to prove how strong your negative or your eccentric portion is. So you want to utilize that because that pushes you past your normal max, and that means you can actually overload the muscle. So that's great for strength as well. So this is kind of like how we'd normally go. Control through and control up, right? This is normally how we do it. But then once we get super heavy, we want to drive up, use that momentum, then just control that negative and feel the eccentric portion of that movement, okay? Because that's going to build up that muscle, make it stronger. So it's actually proven as well. I think it's like 1.7 times stronger in that negative portion or something like that, something crazy. It's actually really cool. And it just means that if you become stronger than the negative, you're actually able to enhance the positive. So for example, a pull-up, if you do a band assisted pull-up, okay, and then control on the way down, okay, you'll actually be able to enhance the positive movement as well by doing the negatives, yeah. It's awesome. Woo! My bum's actually already on fire by like holding it, like. Oh.
Slow?
Yep, slow, track, good, nice. So that negative always important, good. Exactly. Let's go, 2 more. Slide up, good, nice, last one. No, good job, nice. Well done. Thank you.
So heavy.
Good set, nice.
This is so good on my glutes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's different because when you're doing the barbell, so the loose one, you're actually using a stabilizer through your glutes as well.
Yeah.
So you're using your glutes as a stabilizer and as for the movement, okay?
Whereas like the Smith machine,
you're not actually using a stabilizer,
like
but you can load it up more.
You can go way heavy.
Yeah. So there's benefits for both. Yeah. So the good thing about cable deads is it's going to pull you from a different direction. So I'll give you an example of a normal deadlift quickly. So a normal deadlift, okay, so the point of force is coming from directly underneath you. Okay, so it's very easy for the lower back to take over when you're doing this movement because we're not getting as much flexion and extension through the glutes compared to where the direction of force is coming from. So with cable deads, the direction of force is in front of us, meaning there's a lot more pressure coming this way, okay? So if you imagine the pressure is going that way, it's a lot easier for our glutes to activate. So if you're struggling to activate your glutes during deadlifts, cable deads are really good because it's pulling us away. We're going to have to use our glutes and our hamstrings to pull us that way. Okay, so we're pushing our glutes back, keeping our back nice and straight, and we're coming up, squeeze the bum, okay? You'll have to lean back though at the same time. So more flexion, extension through the hips you get, more activation, right? So that's what we're going for here. I'll show you. The reason why I'm on a platform as well is you're able to stimulate the glute a lot more. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'll post on the ground. So it means we can come right over, okay? Feel that pull in the glute and the hamstring. Come up, lean back, to go against the force, and squeeze the bum real tight, okay? And then you're coming down. So imagine a $100 note between your cheeks, you're trying to save it. It's a good little, whatever word that is. That was it. It starts with A or something, like, you know, the analogy. That's it. Yeah. That one. Control, slow, and then come up and squeeze. This is a really good one to superset with hip thrust as well. So really get a good booty bump. All the gains? Alright, let's go. 3, 2, 1, and up. Yeah!
Again?
Again? Okay, sweet. Let's go.
Okay, let's see. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah. About to do deadlifts, okay, so Julie had to run off, which is absolutely cool. She has to go make pieces for her boyfriend, which is awesome. That's girlfriend goals right there. What we're working with is 185 kgs, which is meant to be 187, but there's no 1.25s here. And reverting back to the glute gain stuff, okay, so this is all about flexion and extension through the glutes, so just exploding on the upward phase, okay, really driving through with those glutes. This is why that glute drive is so important and why we want to strengthen our glutes, okay. So I'm doing this because it's part of my powerlifting program. Then we're going to go through a little bit of other stuff to do with glute strengthening as well. I feel so weak without my belt. With heavy hip thrusts, okay, driving up fast. Squeeze, control down, drive through those heels. Drive, let knees abducted, okay, pushing out and controlling. Keep the neck neutral. Booty gains, oh yeah. That's how to get a big booty. Anyway, strengthening those glutes through a lockout position. So what this is doing is it's helping the lockout through the squat, through the deadlift. Get that top third portion of those movements, okay, will be enhanced through overloading that particular movement, okay? So that hip thrust. Oh, go for range as well. Alright guys, so that's strengthening the glutes, okay? So just like I said at the start, it's going to benefit all sorts of lifts. It's also going to help more support with the lower back. It's also going to give you more opportunity for growth as well, because the stronger the muscle is, the easier it is to work it in a particular hypertrophy range at a higher weight, therefore again causing more muscle damage and therefore causing more growth, right? So yes guys, it's all good to do booty day, okay, because it's going to help you look a lot stronger in the gym, right? So that's all that matters. Who cares about booty, okay? It matters about how much weight you lift on the bar. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, it's going to be support you, so it's going to be a lot safer as well. And I was just saying to Stephen earlier as well, he's a footy player, okay, so he plays soccer. Alright, so his glutes being stronger is going to offer more support on the field from all the impact that he's doing. Also, it's going to offer more support and potential for the muscle to become more powerful. So you see league players, rugby league players, how powerful they are off the mark, like starting a sprint or off a mark when they're doing a step. Okay, they were able to abduct, because your glute med, okay, is an abductor, not your quads, not your hamstring, your glute med, okay, and that's going to help you be explosive as well. So glutes are so important, guys. It's your base. Work on them and it's going to help you so much. Anyway guys, you can tell I'm passionate about glutes because I'm standing, okay? I'm talking to you guys, and that's it from me, okay? Thanks so much for watching, guys. Go subscribe to Julie, okay? I'll put her somewhere up here and also in the link below as well. And again, thank you so much, guys. Subscribe to this channel for more awesome content, and I'll catch you later. Chur.